Fox News.
See, this is my shit. I want to hear what these fucking scumbags have to say. Because, like, the media loves stories like this because they love the clout. They're clout hungry. So they'll cover this. And in the process of covering it, like, they will kind of glaze the shooter and stuff. But Fox News, I don't think they're going to say anything nice. They're going to be like, this disgusting scumbag needs to get the book thrown at him. He needs to be assassinated.
News alert at 19 minutes before the top of the hour. The suspect, man, screen left right there, in United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's cold-blooded murder, still on the run at this hour. As new reports say, Thompson was one of several executives reportedly facing a Department of Investigation for insider trading. Here to discuss, we've got former federal prosecutor and criminal defense attorney, Andrew Cherkowski. Andrew, thanks for making the trip out to Long Island. When you watch the video, what does it look like to you?
It looks like somebody who's somebody trained in firearms, somebody who's capable of using it. He looks insensitive to the fact that he's killing somebody. So there's some degree of preparation, a lot of thought, and he was ready to do it. Whether that means he's a trained assassin, like some people are saying, perhaps it's a step short of that he just had practiced a lot with the firearm. But there is definitely a strong motive there. I think that what we see in that video is somebody who is very committed to following through with this crime. And so now there's all sorts of speculation about what that motive could have been, right, and whether that might lead us to actually finding him.
Okay, so that picture right there, I believe, is taken in a nearby Starbucks. And this was before the shooting. And the guy bought a couple of power bars and bought a water and got a cup. And so presumably there would be DNA on that. Obviously the cops have.
My bro had to stay hydrated, dude. What do you mean? He probably just wanted to go on a trek. I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is a random guy. He needed his prote. Bro was yak. He needed his prote. Long day of biking around New York City, bro.
Already hoovered up everything in that Starbucks. But if he is a trained killer, he's probably wearing gloves.
Well,
yeah, he's not. Okay, going back to the story, he's not even hiding his face. He's a COVID truther. COVID is still very much a thing. And he's taking precaution. You cannot get upset about this, okay? I'm being for real. You can't. It's fucked up. This does not look like the other photo. Like, the new photo that came out doesn't look like him at all.
Well, there's the probability that he might be wearing gloves, although we see in the video when he's holding the gun, it looks like he doesn't have that. So are they running that DNA? Are they actually getting something back? Or perhaps that's something in the garbage can that fella that disappeared. I'm most interested in the bike. He went to a bicycle, city bike, and whether there's tracking software on that to be able to figure out where that bike went. X has some people speculating about that, but I'm sure the police are deep into all of that on-ground canvassing and looking at every piece they can.
And as people get up on this Thursday morning, the latest tantalizing clues come from, I believe, the New York Post, where apparently on 3 of the shell casings, the 3 shell casings, there are the word, somebody has etched the word deny, depose, defend, which also happens to be probably a coincidence, maybe not, the name of a book about how insurance companies operate and how they essentially work to not pay you.
Right. So there's many motives that I think people are identifying as a possibility. Is this somebody who's disgruntled with United?
It's crazy. They're like, this Brian guy was a real piece of shit. He could have a lot of enemies. Okay. You don't understand, okay? It could be a disgruntled former employee, says he sucked dick. Could be a former, patient. Could be a doctor who hated the process. Could be anybody, really, at this point. It's like we got 250 million minimum suspects here, okay? They all have some reasonable motives, as a matter of fact.
Healthcare because of a denied coverage, something along that line? Or is this somebody potentially connected to this DOJ investigation, worried that perhaps he had information that they didn't want released, or many other reasons? But if this is actually somebody who's put in a lot of thought and was kind of an assassin here, could it have been misdirection to write something on those bullets to make it look like somebody who had a problem with the insurance company but had a different motive instead? So there's a lot of different ways this can go. The police have to be very careful not to jump to conclusions to avoid not finding the actual suspect. They're canvassing as much as they possibly can and looking at every possibility.
Misdirection. I never thought of.
I don't get it. Why aren't they saying that it's a gay lover? Like with Paul Pelosi, they were quick to jump on that. With Paul Pelosi, they were like, oh, must be a gay lover. How come no gay lover? How come no gay lover theory? What's going on? It's the one shooter they're not transvestigating, dude. All of a sudden, definitely a man. I don't know. Could be anybody. Okay? I don't know what size this person is. I don't know what he looks like. How come y'all are so sure he's a man? You don't know. All of a sudden, one healthcare CEO gets shot, and everybody's Mr. Lawman over here. Everybody's taking it super seriously. Children get shot, everyone's like, oh, it's got to be trans person. Healthcare CEO gets shot, everyone's very serious with their news coverage. What happened? Let's wait for the facts. And by that, I mean, let's take a couple days off from this. Let's take a couple days off, maybe a couple weeks off from the manhunt. Let's put it aside and take a deep breath. And, maybe we'll get back to this with fresh eyes. All right.